Naval Ravikant has 3 ideas of how to get into retirement. What is retirement? According to Naval, retirement is when you stop sacrificing today for tomorrow, which basically means when you stop having to do work you don't like in order to save up for your future. So, how do you retire yourself? Well, Naval's 3 ideas are as follows. First of all, you could save up enough money so that you can earn interest on your money, and the interest covers your costs or your burn rate. This is a popular path for some people. For example, if your burn rate is $1,000 per month and $12,000 per year, you would need $240,000 in your bank account, earning interest at 5% per year in order to cover your costs, not taking into account compounding. So if you have a large enough chunk of money in your bank account, you can live off the interest. Or alternatively, if you have a large enough portfolio in your brokerage account, you can live off the returns comfortably and withdraw some of the money and use the money each month to pay off your living costs. Obviously, you can't withdraw too much. It would probably have to be equivalent to around 5 or 6% of your portfolio per year in order to cover your costs. And it can't be too high. It's the amount needed so that your portfolio continues growing. The second option is to cut your burn rate to 0, which according to Naval means becoming a monk or becoming an ascetic. Essentially, you are renouncing your desires or needs for money to do stuff. Essentially renouncing some of your desires so that you don't need the money to live, so that your burn rate is essentially $0 per month. Now, this is pretty hard. You have to somehow reach a monkhood state of life. But you could renounce some of the larger desires that people tend to have, i.e. you could renounce the need to live in a very high-class, elevated area. And that would cut your burn rate down to something low. Obviously, an extreme example is that you could go live in a cheaper country and cut your burn rate to a very low amount. Although this is not a good idea, you could even go live in a third world country and cut your burn rate down to 0, although that would not be good. For example, you could run into problems with healthcare or government provisions that would not be suitable or enough for you to use. But essentially cutting your burn rate down to 0, becoming a monk, that is the second way to go into retirement. And strictly speaking, unlike the first way, this second way of becoming a monk, you could do it instantly. If you were able to renounce your desires instantly, you could enter retirement instantly. The third way is very simple, which is to do something that you love every day and to do it for your work. If you love what you're doing, it doesn't matter whether you're working 9 to 5 or working your own hours or working even harder, crazy hours, because you enjoy what you're doing. And in that case, it doesn't really matter. You are already retired because you are doing what you love and you're doing what you enjoy. This is pretty hard to do as well, because you have to find something that you enjoy. And because the world keeps changing at a faster and faster pace, you have to be doing something that the world is demanding from you, that you know the world needs. So you have to keep changing according to your industry and according to what's at the cutting edge. But if you're doing something that you love and enjoy, that is also a way to get into retirement. And it's strictly speaking an instant way to go into retirement. If you can instantly find what you love doing, then you can go into retirement instantly. So apart from the first way, saving up a huge portfolio or a huge savings account, you could use the second and third ways to enter retirement basically instantly, which is quite special. So, firstly, you could have a large portfolio account or a large savings account. Secondly, you could become a monk and drive your burn rate down to $0 per month. And thirdly, you could do what you love and enjoy every second, meaning that you're not waiting for retirement. And these are the three ways that you enter retirement. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this.